Hey guys, how you doing? Steve Lav here. A little question and answer at the end of the week type of thing. People ask me questions and I write them down and I do a little video at the end of the week and hopefully I answer some of the questions. I get this one quite a bit. What do I think about the ProPress? Basically, it's like a compression type of thing that you buy these fittings, these copper tees or elbows, different sizes, and you can press them right on. There's a rubber O-ring in there. You don't have to do any soldering. Um, I think that's great for certain applications, like on a commercial application. I know guys that work in the commercial arena, and they really like the ProPress. I guess it saves a lot of time. But for me, working in residential houses, I have no need for it. It has its place and its purpose, but for what I do in the residential, it doesn't make any sense to have it. So that's my take on a ProPress. It would be great, like in hospitals and nursing homes, and you got to cut a T in to a water main somewhere. You got to drain the whole building down and be able to drain it all down so there's no drips before you solder a regular joint in there. And the ProPress, if it was dripping a little bit, you could just put a bucket under it, let the water fall into the bucket, and put the T in there and clamp away, and you'd be all set. So yeah, it's good, but for me, I have no need for it for what I do. But I'm not bagging the thing. I think it's got its place and its purpose, like I said. So much for that. And I get that a lot of people ask me about shock bite fittings. Also, shock bite fittings are very expensive. I guess that's a new thing coming out now. A lot of people like to use shock bite instead of doing soldering. Um, I got no problem with soldering a copper joint. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and there's nothing like a nice soldered joint if it's done properly. I've used the shock bite fittings on a temporary situation, like temporary caps. If I'm cutting out a shower valve or something and I got to go back the next day, I'll use shock bite fittings on that because I got to come back and take it off and repipe it, or a temporary vanity cutout or something. I'll use shock bite fittings on that. Other than that, I won't use them shock bite fittings in a wall, or I want to buy a whole bunch of shock bite fittings and have them on a truck like T's and elbows. And no, that's not what I would do. But other people might that might be like a homeowner, do-it-yourselfer type of thing. And I don't think they're designed for long-term shock bite fittings. But definitely wouldn't bury them in the wall, that's for sure. So that's my take on the shock bite fittings. I get this other question asked a lot from me, and if you see some of my videos in the past, sorry guys for the scratchy voice, but I still got that cold. Cold's kicked my ass last week or so, but I'm trying to knock the cold out. I'm getting better, but it's still kind of like congested in my throat and stuff. So anyway, I get this question a lot with see some of my videos, the way I pipe off kitchen sink drains and lavatory drains. I pipe them all off with hard PVC, glue and cement type of joints, and I go right up to the basket strainers with a tailpiece. And I like to pipe everything off with hard PVC. And what I do is, if I get a call back and they got a problem with, a backed up drain or something, I'll make a cut right by the wall and I'll put a no-hub clamp right there, and I'll take that whole assembly right out, and I'll be able to snake down, the drain, get the snake down the drain to be able to snake it. That's what I found works best for me. I don't like a bunch of, waist elbows with all the compression nuts. Them son of a bitches will leak like crazy. Especially, they might be okay at first, but you start getting some hot water in there, expand and contract, they leak like crazy. So I don't like waist elbows with all them compression nuts underneath the kitchen sink. They leak. So that's why I do what I do with the kitchen sink drains and the lav drains. That's why I do them like that. I found doing it the way I do it, they never leak. And if you're in business, you got to do something, and you can't have it leaking all over the place in 6 months to be calling you back. So that's why I do that. And like I said, you can cut it right by the wall, leave a 1-inch piece, and put a no-hub clamp on there. And you can take that whole assembly right out, pull it right out, and you can snake the drain. Most of the time, a kitchen sink drain, you got to get a snake down the drain to clear it. And the best way is, if you got a little short piece right by the T, you can get the snake right down. Snake's got to go down the drain, not up the vent. That's important. So I get that question a lot. Hopefully that answers. I get a lot of these homeowners. Oh my God, I can't believe you would pipe that all off. How's the next guy going to clean it? These people that ask these questions they don't have a flipping clue what they're talking about and what goes on, in the real world. As a plumber, I got to go back and clean these things and snake them. I know what to do. I wouldn't, kill somebody, bury somebody in a wall where there's no way of cleaning it out. Make a flipping cut there, take the whole thing out and snake it. But people don't see that. So that's one that I get a lot. Another question I get a lot, I just did a video on it. And how come I don't seal the toilet to the floor after I'm done? I get this a lot. People actually get mad at me because I don't seal the toilet to the floor with latex caulking or silicone. I was never brought up or taught to do that as a plumber. All the guys that I work for, none of them did it. It's just not something you do. Toilets are designed to be removed for service. Why would you seal a toilet down to the floor? It doesn't make any flipping sense at all. But people get all bullshit. I guess from the comments I've been getting is in some states some of the inspectors want that. But, there's a drawback to that. What happens if the flange is leaking a little bit or the wax is leaking? You don't know if it's leaking. It's going to rot the floor out. I'd rather see it, see the water. But I get that a lot. So, like I said, guys, hopefully, my sore throat, it's not really bothering me. It's probably irritating the shit out of you that I'm talking like a frog here. But I am French, so I guess I can get away with that. All right, another question I get asked quite a bit is, how do you handle, calls in bad weather? If you got bad weather and you can't get out there to do the calls, or you're snowed in or something. That's why we do the annual maintenance on these units. So when a situation like that happens, you get 20 inches of snow like I just had, I can't get out. There's no way I can get out. These people got no heat. Well, they're going to have to bear down, and I'll get to them when I can. That's how I handle calls like that. If a good customer of mine calls me, if I can get out there and drive, and it's safe for me to drive, I'm not going to get stuck, I'll go. But if there's a chance of me getting stuck out there in the snow, I ain't going nowhere until the roads are clear. That's how I handle calls like that. Usually when the snow's coming, people call you ahead of time. Oh, my system hasn't been working properly, and can you come before the snowstorm? People are pretty smart like that. People aren't dumb. So usually I try to get stuff all fixed up before the snow comes. It's like, a storm's coming. You go out and you get bread and milk, and, you get your gasoline for your snowblower and for your generator in case the power goes out. You get prepared. But that's the case there, what I do with bad weather calls. So anyway, guys, I've been answering all my comments, and I'm going to continue to answer all my comments. I think it's important. Sometimes I spend hours, though, going through them every day, answering the comments. But I appreciate all the feedback and all my loyal supporters. And my channel's built on the backs of the subscribers, and I always say that. Without all them comments and stuff, I wouldn't do YouTube videos. I do appreciate all my loyal subscribers, and I got quite a few of them. I got a pretty good following, and I got more subscribers coming every day. So for the new subscribers, I'd say to you guys, leave comments and get involved in the station. We get to know each other through the comments. And there's no question that's a dumb question. I have no problem trying to answer stuff. People have questions they ask me. Now, this another one I get a lot is, how much would this job cost? How much should this job cost? And I think I went over that with another one of my videos. I don't like to shoot from the hip with giving prices on an internet video. On a YouTube video, because there's so many things that you could run into with different scenarios. And how much would you cost to repair this toilet flange? Well, I don't know what the problem is until I pull the toilet out and see what needs to be done to the flange. Um, and then I get this other question that was asked to me recently, is if you got a cork, lead, and oakum joint on a toilet flange, can I use silicone sealant instead of the lead and oakum? Well, I would say no. You should do the job the way it's designed to put. We put lead and oakum in the joint, and then we caulk the lead with a caulking iron, and it expands the lead out so it doesn't leak. It's a watertight seal when you're done with the lead and oakum joint. It's designed to be done a certain way. I have no idea about using silicone in there instead. I don't think that's a smart move. If you can't, if you don't have lead or you don't know how to do it, call in a licensed plumber to come and do the job. That's what my recommendations are for stuff like that. But I do get a wide variety of questions, and I got no problem answering them. But I would say to anybody, if you're going to do the job, do it right the first time and don't cut any corners. If you're a homeowner, do it yourselfer. Do the job proper one time, and because if not, it's going to leak. Don't try to cut any corners. It's not a good thing. But anyway, guys, this is a little question and answer video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you stuck by my little scratchy voice. And next week I should be better. Be back to my merry self. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.